In 1924, as a part of this ongoing effort as an entrepreneur and community leader, Mr. Jean Joseph Sibley built Sibs on the mountain, Sibs on a piece of undeveloped land that housed a grocery store and bar for the people of the North Side for many years. In that same year, Mr. Sibley also donated land to the Catholic Church to build what is now Our Lady Perpetual Help Catholic Church, as well as the land for the public school for the North Side children, which is now appropriately bear his name. Joseph Sibley Elementary School, back in those days, the shop as it was called, was the only grocery on the North Side. Friends and neighbors came to the shop on their donkey and to purchase goods and socialize. On the weekend, Sibs was also known as a place to get wine and spirit behind the grocery store and attract as audience for weekend boxing. Mr. Sibley took exceptional care of grounds that surround the bar. He established a garden that grew the local fruits and provision. The back of the building that was recently being known as the Garden Dining Terrace. Where the shopping grocery in the old days drop in for a drink or some good food, Sibs has always been the place to stop on the way home for one. This is where he be talking Sibs for one cannot be done. Came from, you cannot stop at Sib and have just one drink. Once you stop, you're sure to meet neighbors, friends, and family, and you cannot resist spending several hours catching up with food, fun. Eventually, the responsibility of Sib was to pass on job Joseph Sibley's son, Leo Sibley Sr., who only operates Sib but also managed numerous tenants for many years. Tenants like Jimmy Loveland can be forgotten for the years of Oktoberfest celebration and Bastille Day function. Sib on the Mountain Bar and Restaurant is currently operated by Joseph Sibley, grandson, Leo Sibley, and his wife Jennifer, who are determined to continue his legacy to provide Virgin Islanders and visitors with quality food and cocktail while enjoying a cool mountain breeze. Sib has been embraced by family and friends and hope to continue his legacy. Sibs in the mountain. Okay, you're saying now, right? Mm-hmm. My cousin, right, was an environmentalist, and he got started in Lucy's Market. He was innovative. Yes. So he had his first grocery store. Yes. And then he went on to become what? Did he own a lot of property downtown?
He owned property.
Okay.
Where the Photomat had the supermarket.
Okay.
That property used to belong to him.
With a what?
The Food-O-Mat, used to be called
Food-O-Mat, Lucy's Market.
Yeah. Lucy's Market, yes.
Okay.
We used to call it Food-O-Mat.
Okay.
Which was the first big department store.
Tell me about the Wheatleys. Who are the Wheatleys? Who were the Wheatleys? Where they came from?
I know came from a guy from O'Neill.
Who?
O'Neill.
O'Neill?
Yes.
Okay.
He was in the position.
Okay.
His granddaughter still comes to live here.
Okay.
And I've met her. He was a optometrist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
He was from the
So how come all of these famous people that made St. Thomas came from Josephnite? You had the Shinnery, the O'Neill.
Yes.
Who else? The Vanterpool, Christian Vanterpool.
I don't know.
Savan.
I'm not familiar with that.
Okay.
But the others were very close. You know, not like very close. I know them like the status that they have here.
Okay.
They were hard-working. Hard-working people. And
Yeah.
very frugal.
Creative.
Yeah, and creative and frugal in the way they spent the time and money.
Okay, I got you. So tell me about the Maduro's Lumberyard. How that came into existence?
I don't
You don't know about that, right? Okay, I got you. So your father, great-great-grandfather, came here in 1900 and he established this place.
Yes.
And he helped a lot of other people to gain property too, right?
Yes.
What was his wife's name?
Zulma.
Who?
Zulma.
Solma.
Zulma.
Or Zolma.
Yeah, she was a French shoe.
She was a friend. Okay.
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 Lived on the north side.
Yeah.
He was originally, he was born in Guadalupe
Okay.
and lived in St. Bart's. And started off on a boat, came to St. Bart's.
And a pair. So who's Carmen? Who's Carmen for Sibblies?
Carmen Sibblies,
Yeah.
that was his
They said she was the first queen.
queen,
Who was she married to?
Leo Sibblies.
So Leo is not an originator.
No, Leo is
Son of.
the Leo that is right a part of the ownership here now.
Oh, I got you now. Yeah.
Leo, Edward, Fairfield,
Yeah.
Fairfield,
Yeah, good morning.
and three brothers.
Okay.
Wait a minute, it's four, but I can't remember the other one's name. Anyway, they were the sons, and he had 7
Girls?
girls.
Okay. Now, tell me, who started the Boshelta clan?
Mr. Taylor was shelter.
But who was the woman that started it?
I don't know. I knew the old man, and he and my grandfather.
He was a German?
I don't know where she was from.
No, where was he a German?
I don't know. I know him. I know him. He had a lot of property on the north side.
Okay.
And he and my grandfather were very close.
Sibblies and Boshelta was very close.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he was more into cows, raising cows and cattle.
Oh, you know why? When we was a youngster, right?
Yeah.
We was living in Frenchman Hill, right?
Right.
You know Frenchman Hill? And we used to go up by the
the hill.
reservoir, up the way, and we used to encounter them guy all the time. Their son, having cattle. We used to go baby shooting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And back in, you know, what you call the crossroads?
Yeah, we call it it's crossroad. We call it crossroad, now we call it Four Corner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all that was not paved,
I know, it wasn't paved.
okay?
Yeah.
And we used to go out there and leave from here
Yeah.
and walk all over there to play softball.
Oh, by the school?
Right in the crossroads.
Oh, crossroad.
Yeah.
Oh, the square. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
And
Yeah.
it's nice and flat there.
What's your name?
Moorhead.
Moorhead. I thought you was a Sibblies.
My mother was a Sibblies.
Okay,
She
okay.
was married to a Moorhead.
Okay, Moorhead is another prominent family.
Yes.
Okay?
As a matter of fact, the school is named property used to belong to my grandfather.
Sibblies School.
That he gave them the property.
Okay.
And gave them that property.
Moorhead from St. Croix.
Well, no, he was, originally he was from right here.
Okay.
The family had more heads in St. Anyway,
So all these people came from the BVI.
well, many of them.
Lockwood. Where did Lockwood came from?
I don't know the history.
But you know what I discovered? Correct me if I'm wrong, right? My aunt had married to a Boshelta, a Simeon, right?
Simeon.
And
Oh, yeah.
his name was Pascal, and Louis Pascal. And he told me, Annie Simeon, right, is who started the Boshelta clan. Annie Simeon, a woman from, she was originally from either Haiti, right? Her descendant. And she started the Boshelta clan. That's why they became Afrocentric. Because what was happening, most of the Afrocentric women, right, was marrying other ethnicity,
Yeah.
and they was paving a way for their children to acquire property. Correct?
Right?
Correct, right?
And he was, at the time, he was one of the shelters, one of the largest property owners
Yeah.
on the north side of the South.
Okay, because he had Homestead Act.
I don't know. I don't know how he. I don't think he made money on buying property.
Let me tell you something. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? And I'm an American history historian, right? What normally happens, right, is that when the United States populate a country, right, or the borders, right, they got something called Homestead Act. Okay? So what they do, they give it to they give it cheap to their what we call their own tribe, right?
Yeah.
In order to repopulate the country, right? And that person now gonna generate income, and the more income they generate, the more property they can buy.
Yeah.
So he got it from that perspective. You understand?
And you know,
Let me see. Go ahead. I'm listening. Yeah.
you know, basically they made a lot of money, but getting the property at a bargain price.
Right.
And when the island started to develop, become a little more developed, they bought up property as a result, which they got for cheap, and they sold it for top dollar.
Okay, got you. So he's a turnover guy. He's turnover. Like today we buy a piece of property and turn over, right?
Correct.
So you said the Varlax, right? Rodney Varlax, you know him in Garden Street, right? Garden Street. Your cousin was saying they know Rodney Varlax from Garden Street.
I personally don't.
Oh, you don't know him? Okay. So you know a guy named Estrell?
Yes,
So where he came from?
I don't.
There's a mystery, you know why? I asked his older son, where was your father came from? And he don't know.
I don't know as far as I know his oldest son that I know.
Frisky.
Frisky,
Yeah, because we're family.
yeah. Frisky and
Yeah.
I, you know, like this.
Yeah.
Okay? He's probably about 60.
He died.
He died.
Yeah.
Okay. In the 60s.
He was a bad baseball player.
yeah,
He went for Major League, but he said, bye, you know, here's what he said, Leon, you know, I was fast, but I didn't have the weight.
Yeah, he was short, and he called himself fast.
Yeah, but he didn't have the weight.
He didn't have.
The weight. That's how he was, that's how he ended up in the army.
Yep.
Right.
I knew him.
Right.
I know his younger brother.
Yeah, I know Petty at Israel. I know Petty, Fonzie, Edith, Marjorie, and that was them. That's that. Yeah.
I know them. I know the family.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
So you know Ezelita Estrell. Ezelita, she was a George. She became an Estrell. That was what's her name? Wife, man. Cyril wife. Ezelita, a dark woman.
listen, Pedrito, older brother, Fonzie,
Yeah.
and I were like this.
Yeah.
Very good friends. And I didn't really know much about
The rest of them.
the rest of them.
Okay.
And I only met first stage, the older one,
Right.
Major League player,
Yeah.
once when he came to.
Okay.
But
Okay. I got you.
I didn't really, wasn't close to that.
So who were the linguists?
Yeah, actually,
It's like a Spanish people.
yeah?
Spanish people.
Well, I don't know enough about it.
Can I equate it in this way? Remember, Culebra, right?
Yes.
Was Puerto Rico itself was populated by Afrocentric people, right? When the United States purchased it, right?
Yep.
And then they orchestrate what we call the Spanish-American War, right?
Okay.
All the land that Afrocentric people had, they commandeered the land, right? And they put Afrocentric people to work for them in a sugar cane, right? And then they create an industry called Domino Sugar, because the guy who established Domino Sugar, they had appointed him governor of Puerto Rico. So the people in Afrocentric in Puerto Rico and all the way in those areas had the land, because the Spaniards said, if you can get to my territory, Afrocentric, you have your freedom, right?
Yeah.
So when they got it, they reversed it. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
They reversed the whole, and so they became landless, right? Because they took the land from them.
Okay.
You understand the concept?
Yeah.
So what happened? So then the military established what we call Culebra, right? Culebra and vehicles, and they put a military base there. So they displaced all the people. And most of those people that displaced there on those islands, right, came to St. Thomas. Linquist, what's the name, them, put them up in Salvan, Red Ball, all of them people, right? All of them came to St. Thomas, and some of them the wealthy one then went to St. John, okay? Like the Boulan, right? They went to St. John, but the poor ones stayed in St. Thomas, and they populated the western side of St. Thomas, and they blend into, because it was good in business, right? So they blend into the grocery business.
Okay.
That's where they made their money, in the Afrocentric neighborhood. See, they provide what we call so who was a famous person in Salvan that you know? This guy always tell me, if you want to know the famous people in Salvan, because I live in Salvan, here's what he always say: you got to start with a Monsanto.
Okay.
You know any Monsantos? He's a lawyer.
Monsanto.
Yeah, he was a big time Monsanto, Babe Monsanto.
Babe Monsanto.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Okay, I know Babe Monsanto.
But you know the tall one.
I get tall one.
Yeah.
I know his wife.
His wife, she was a St. Junior.
Okay, but
She was Marsh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're going back, you're trying to ask my brain to,
I know, because that's how it is. That's
you know,
because you know what? You know why? Because the whole concept is to extract what we. You know what you're saying to me, right?
Yeah.
I have similar history because I live it, right?
Okay.
Remember I talk about going up in the hill to shoot ground dove and pick mommy and
When my grandfather,
Yeah.
that you could see hair
yeah.
at one point used to be owned by him.
Yeah, you said Mohead.
That's what Sibblies.
Sibblies, yeah, I know Sibblies.
Okay.
Okay.
And then when they passed on, I was living in the area called Bunker Hill.
Yeah, Bunker Hill. Yeah,
Okay?
I know.
Right at the top of Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill, right.
Okay.
Going down the steep hill.
Yes, correct. I was
Yeah.
born to the very top of that hill.
Yeah, okay. Why they call it Bunker Hill?
I guess, I don't know.
So why they call it Fireburn Hill?
These are names of plantation
Owners. Okay, you ever heard of Susannaburg?
Of course.
Where's that at?
In St. John.
There's one here up there with it.
Well, see,
You know, right there where they have the government, where the Danish mansion is up on the hill. That's Susannaburg. You didn't know that, right?
Okay. The estate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But there's an estate in St. John.
I know that because I used to work for the national park.
Okay.
I spent 21 years there working for them, so I know the history of St. John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I worked for a company who owned some property in Susannaburg.
Susannaburg, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah,
I'm-
Susannaburg St. John.
Yeah.
And then eventually sold out the property, and then they had a lifetime tenancy, and the park, through Rockefeller, bought it all.
Yeah.
And they was trying to make a school in there, but the park wouldn't give it up.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know you. You know some more history.
Yeah, I know my
And
stuff.
I do.
Yeah, but I was extracting from you my immediate environment, which is St. Thomas.
Okay.
That's why I stopped here and talked to you because I came up here for the celebration, right?
Yes.
But I had some misconception of who Carmen was. I thought Carmen was the first wife of the first Sibblies, but she wasn't the first wife. Okay. Okay. Okay.
See, Leo was the youngest of the Sibblies.
Okay.
Siblings.
Okay.
And, you know, what they call them.
Yeah.
He was the youngest.
Yeah. You know what you did to me? What you give me that I didn't get? The story of David. None of them relative. He was the first one to pave the way for all the rest of them. Ezekiel, Tashinari, all of them. He paved the way for them to come to St. Thomas and open up grocery store.
Okay.
David did that. And I didn't even know David's son was an environmentalist, and that's how he got his start. I always thought he was like an entrepreneur.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was kind of conversation. What year? You got a high school ring. What year?
62.
62. So you, okay, I'm kind of strange. I'm 72, you're 62. I came out of class. What's the motto of Charlotte Amalie? Let me see if you know.
This was
What?
St. Peter and Paul.
Oh, St. Peter. But what's the motto of Charlotte Amalie? To excel always.
Excellence is what is.
You know what's strange about it? A lot of people I know went to Catholic school, right? And the reason why people went to Catholic school because they was connected with Catholicism.
Absolutely.
So that's why they went to Catholic school.
My grandkids,
Yeah.
you can see the bushes all right where that telephone pole,
Yeah, up down the hill. Yeah,
wooden house.
yeah,
That's one of my cousins
yeah,
inherited from her.
yeah.
That's where my grandfather lived
After he expired.
before he expired.
Yeah. All right. What's your name?
Ron,
Ronnie Mohead.
that's correct.
Ronnie Mohead, Leon Varlak has been candid meeting you, man. I'm a class of 72, Charlotte Amalie.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
All right, man. There's a Sibs hideout here in Sibblies, and I spoke to Ronnie Morehead. A distinctive, candid conversation I had with him here in this particular area here. So that's great. And so what is London Bridge? London Bridge is what?
It's just a bridge over the River Thames.
I walk across that.
Yeah.
It's interested, yeah, it was interesting.
There's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, look at all these people being depicted here. You would think that with this beautiful harbor here called Trunk Bay, right? And this beautiful beach here called Megan's Bay, and these people up here in the midst of all of this, you will think that somewhere in the midst of all of this, you have a symbolic understanding of all the people who actually came through here. You would think that, right? But in reality, no. There's no Afrocentric pirates that actually being depicted here in this particular area. So we need to make some correction here, okay? Because a lot of Afrocentric people was actually pirates also in the Caribbean. Without the Afrocentric pirates, Blackbeard and Bluebeard and Sir Francis Drake, all of them wouldn't have been successful in their endeavor. So someone have to come up here and correct all this false illusion of only a certain ethnicity was actually pirates in the Caribbean. I know there was main people, and they actually was used to plunder the opponent ship The British actually engaged them as mercenary to rob their opponent's ship, the French, the Spaniard, and they sent all their way back to what we call England. That's why England projected itself as the most prosperous nation in the world during that time, medieval time, not medieval, but colonial time, because they accommodate all the wealth that all of these nations was acquiring here, and we call the Caribbean. So that's what makes it fascinating here to depict all this here in Virgin Island. Okay.
Sorry about that.
All right, man, no problem. There she is, the dolphin taxi driver here in Virgin Island. I can see here that we have some brown people, but I don't see no Afrocentric people in this depiction here, in these pictures here. And it's gonna behoove me if I don't take a picture next to that. This is a well sought after subdivision located in Hall Bay. I'm not sure what's the name of it, but it's a subdivision located somewhere in Hall Bay. I'm depicting here in my video. It's a well sought after place. A lot of Virgin Islanders moved out of the city and came to the north side and purchased house over there. So you show all the wrinkles, all the gray hair will be depicted in this shot. I don't need no editing. My picture should come out fine. But anyway, this is depicting Hall Bay, Point, Petersburg, Hanzalik, Jospin Dykes, as I showcase these areas in my video. I'm moving around the island today, and I'm on the north side, and I want to see what I can come up with on the north side of the island to be part of my portfolio today. I did Frenchtown yesterday, and I did Sibs, so I'm going to some of the places that some of those French inhabitants first came here and settled in these areas called the north side. I'm in another circle. I'm in another circle. And I like this graffiti right here in another circle. It's called a Winter Circle. And the thing is designed by, I don't know who designed it, but it's a right interesting place here in another circle.